Hello and welcome to week 3 of Taste and See Devotional. I'm Kelly Ehrheart and I'm so thrilled to be with you here this week. Last week we left off with Helen describing the prodigal son returning home and how his father wanted to spare no amount of abundance in blessing him. He threw him a feast with the fatted calf and he gave him his ring and his robe. And that's exactly what God has done for us. When we taste and see Him, He's already sacrificed His Son to cover our sins, and He wants to bless us abundantly. And so this week, our verse that we're focusing on is John 6:35. I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst. And I think a good point with that to be made is that we all have busy lives, whether it be with work and family and friends and just everything that life gets filled with. It's easy to not find the time to find our fulfillment in Jesus, but that's what He's inviting us to do. We're not going to find fulfillment in any of those other things, whether it be people or things or accomplishments or experiences. And our story that we're focusing on this week is John 6, where Jesus feeds the thousands using a boy's small lunch. And I'll start in John 6:9. It says, "Here is a boy with 5 small barley loaves and 2 small fish. But how far will they go among so many?" And this is Andrew asking Jesus. But Jesus said, "Have the people sit down." There was plenty of grass in that place, and the men sat down, about 5,000 of them. And that's 5,000 men. That's not if they had their families with them, kids, all that. There might have been actually a lot more people there. Jesus then took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. When they had all had enough to eat, he said to the disciples, "Gather the pieces that are left over. Nothing is to be wasted. Let nothing be wasted." So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the pieces of 5 barley loaves left over by those who had eaten. And what I love about this story that I wanted to pause on is the heart of the little boy who was willing to give his lunch. And he didn't question that he didn't have enough food to feed all these people. He wasn't worried that his lunch wasn't good enough, just 2 small fish and 5 loaves of bread. He wasn't worried that if he gave what he had, that he was going to go hungry. And he didn't wait for someone more important to step in and solve the problem. He could have easily thought, well, no one's going to know that I just have this little bit of food. I'm going to wait and let an adult figure out how to help. He had a simple act of obedience in responding to Jesus' invitation, and through his simple act, Jesus was able to feed thousands of people and to multiply what this little boy gave to bless so many. And really, I think the little boy had to be blessed more than anyone to see how what he did as an act of faith was able to be multiplied by Jesus. And so I just wanted to encourage you. What are the things in your life that are maybe hindering you from taking that first step to taste and see that the Lord is good and letting Him be your bread to fulfill your life? And I know for me, sometimes I feel like I don't have the perfect quiet time. I have a baby. You can't see him. Say hi. But this is how I do a lot of my time with the Lord is with my family, because I don't really have time where I'm alone. And it's not perfect and it's not always pretty. But I think he's not worried about that. He's just inviting us into Him. So whether you feel like you don't have the perfect time or enough time, or that maybe you're just thinking someone else will meet with Jesus for you and you'll kind of learn from them. Whatever it is, I encourage you to let that go and taste and see that Jesus is so good, and let Him be your fulfillment in whatever that looks like. So anyhow, I hope that you are blessed this week. And again, I wanted to finish with that verse. I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst. And let's all practice having that childlike faith, like this boy in the story of Jesus feeding the thousands. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.